y'all. I'm Rissy, molecular biologist and skincare loving weirdo. Welcome back to part 2 of my series on sheet masks. Now in part 1, I told you about the history of sheet masks, their general function, and even some controversies. But today, I'm going to tell you all about how you can maximize your sheet maskery. As we discussed last time, a sheet mask is a great way to help any skincare you put on underneath that sheet mask absorb into your skin. The hydration that comes from the blend of humectants and water in the sheet masks inflates your skin with moisture, plumping up your cells. It'll make your skin brighter, it can dial down inflammation, and of course will plump your skin to the point where your pores and any fine lines will appear to temporarily disappear. I'm going to tell you how to save time and money, and possibly the planet. I could just sit here and tell you about everything, but the best way to explain my sheet mask tips, tricks, and hacks is to just straight up show you. So let's go to the bathroom, Master Gamgee, and the House of Elrond. So let's talk time savers. Tip number 1, if you're pressed for time, a good sheet mask can take the place of all of your watery steps. Toner? Niacinamide serum? Who needs it? I can get a niacinamide serum and a toner and an essence in this mask. So if you're really strapped for time but want a full skincare routine, a really good hydrating sheet mask is absolutely the answer. Or let's say that you're doing your regular skincare routine, but what you really need is some extra moisture to plump and brighten. But where in your skincare routine do you put the sheet mask? Generally, on the packaging of a sheet mask, it'll recommend that you do it after cleansing and toning, but I disagree, and here's why. Because a sheet mask helps other ingredients to absorb better, I found the best place to put it is either at the very end of your watery steps, so do toner, serums, essence, any kind of product that is primarily water-based, and then put the sheet mask on. Or, if you like to use oils in your skincare routine the way I do, then don't put your sheet mask on until after you've applied the oils to your skin. Why? Because those penetration enhancers are really going to help those oils get absorbed so that you don't look greasy, but rather the emollient effect smooths down any skin cells that might be rough or dry, giving you that beautiful glass skin look. As a quick note, I learned that sheet mask tip from the woman who runs 50 Shades of Snail, her blog. I saw that in the comments of one of the posts, like, get oil to absorb by putting the sheet mask on top. I don't remember if it was her or just one of the commenters, but that is where I found that tip. Her blog is amazing. Go check it out. So you've got a sheet mask and you want to maximize the experience. How can you wring every last drop of moisture out of it for your face? Well, I'm glad you asked. A lot of people will tell you that if there's excess mask essence, the moist stuff in the mask, that you should save it for after the sheet mask and use it on your neck. And I'm like, what the fuck has my neck done for me lately? No, it's all about the face for me. I moisturize my neck in a different way. You'll see why in a second when I show you my ultimate sheet mask hack. What I do is called pre-gaming. I do not remember where I learned this particular hack, but that is generally what it's called. What pre-gaming is you squeeze the mask essence into your hands and just apply it onto your face. That way, you know you're getting absolutely every penny of your money's worth. Squeeze it all out and plop it right on, because again, it's all gonna absorb. That's the great thing about sheet masks. It helps to have a mask where the viscosity of the essence is on the higher side. If a mask has really runny liquid in it, you may actually just want to do the whole save it for your neck and chest kind of thing, because it can be really hard to wrangle an extremely runny mask essence. This is about kind of a medium viscosity, which I like. It's runny enough to be squeezed out of the mask pack, but not so runny that it just squirts out of your hands uncontrollably or just slides right off of your face. I've done my skincare routine. I've put on my niacinamide serum. I've used my toner. I've misted in between all of those layers. I use my antioxidant serum. And finally, the cocktail of snail mucus and various oils and serums. And I'm gonna top that with a sheet mask. Here is my ultimate sheet mask hack. This was a great personal discovery. So if you're really running short on time, or if you're just trying to be efficient, the best time to do a sheet mask is in the shower. Are you a new mom? Do you never have time for yourself except for when you're in the shower? Using a sheet mask in the shower is so efficient. It allows you to do an incredibly elaborate skincare routine in way less time than it would normally take. Screw you, Paula! Whether you shower in the morning, or the night, or both, shower time is perfect for sheet mask time. If you're worried about whether or not the sheet mask will stay on your face, well, a good sheet mask is going to have a great cling to it, so it's really just going to latch onto your face and hug all that moisture right into it. But if you're really having trouble with it, get one of these. I swear I'm not Hannibal Lecter. This is not somebody's face that I stole. This cost me $1.50 off of Amazon. It's a silicone sheet mask cover. What you do in order to keep that sheet mask on your face is just apply like so. Ta-da! holds everything in really well. This is also useful if you really want to get more time out of your sheet mask. Using one of these silicone covers is a fantastic way to do it because it just adds more occlusive oomph. And remember, the more occlusive oomph, the better everything absorbs underneath. And with some practice, I've even been able to do it while I'm washing my hair. You just have to make sure to tilt your head back and not lean forward all of a sudden. Also, most sheet masks are meant to be used for about 15 to 20 minutes at the maximum. That doesn't mean you're not getting your money's worth if you only have 5 to 10 minutes in the shower. As long as you slap this bad boy on for a few minutes, you're gonna get at least some extra moisture and absorption for your skincare underneath. Side note, if you are a new mom, cannot emphasize enough how important it is that during this time you make sure to take care of yourself. Even if you don't have time for any other skincare, putting on a sheet mask in the shower, it's amazing how it will make you look and feel better. And you'll know that you did something just for you. And that goes for anybody else who's having just a rough time of things, or you need some special time for yourself and you want to feel pampered, but you have no time, this is the way. Oh, and it's really good at keeping soap out of my eyes. And if you blow dry your hair, a wet sheet mask is a great way to protect your face from high heat. Water can absorb a lot of heat without changing all that much in temperature. After all of that, the sheet mask is clearly starting to dry up in places, which means it's the perfect time to take it off. Now, what you don't want to do is let a sheet mask completely dry out on your face. Not for the reason a lot of people say. Some people seem to think that if you let a sheet mask dry out on your face, then it's going to act like a reverse sheet mask, and it's going to start sucking the moisture out of you. That's not why. The reason why you don't want to let a sheet mask completely dry on your skin is because then it can kind of stick to you, and when you pull it off, you'll yank off a bunch of skin, which is not great, and it doesn't feel good. So take it off when the part around the forehead starts to peel off a little bit. Same for the chin. These, for me, are the two places where the mask starts to show signs of dryness first. Ta-da! Brightened, moisturized, and plumped. I'll also go in and make sure I didn't miss any mask essence, and I'll put it on my face and my neck if my neck has behaved well enough and deserves a treat. Then mist on top to help all of that absorb even further. And notice how my skin is not oily. All of that goodness has been absorbed. And then I just do the rest of my skincare, and by the rest of my skincare routine, I mean any cream steps and then sunscreen in the morning or a sleeping pack at night. One thing I'm a little bit sad about is that I don't have a giant face-eating zit to show off. Why is that? So if you remember in part 1, I talked about how it's not true that sheet masks are inherently bad for acne, and I have found one of the craziest hacks of all is that if you have a big zit and you put on a sheet mask, moisture goes into the zit and it plumps and fills the zit up, and it's so inflated with moisture that you can literally wipe it off your skin with a cotton pad. I'm not shitting you. I've had that happen so many times. Sheet masks can actually be an incredible way to deal with acne, and not just from the moisture. There are a lot of ingredients that are supposed to be good for zits. Mugwort is actually one of my favorites, and one of the best ways to deal with an acne outbreak is a sheet mask with that ingredient in it. Or if you want to try out some kind of new ingredient for your skin, whether it's mugwort or aloe or even sea cucumber, then sheet masks are an incredibly cheap way to do that. This way you don't have to invest in a whole essence or a serum or something along those lines. Just get a sheet mask and see, does your skin like that? On a similar note, if you've ever wanted to try a luxury skincare brand but it's just not in your budget, get the sheet mask version. So this is a cream mask from Solhuasu. Each packet is a sheet mask for a different part of your face. They have one for the top half and one for the bottom half. And this is filled with the most incredible cream mask essence. And it was definitely not $150 or whatever it is that their actual cream costs. Brands like Solhuasu, SK2, even Western luxury brands, a lot of them have sheet masks nowadays. If you're really craving that pampering and you'd love to do it with luxury skincare but you can't afford it, this will absolutely scratch that itch. Also, if you need a wedding day mask, this one from Solhuasu is absolutely incredible. And speaking of cream masks, sheet masks don't actually have to have a watery essence. They can be cream-based or oil-based, allowing you to pack in even more steps of your skincare routine. With a cream mask, you could literally do all your water and oil steps and then your cream step and have nothing afterwards to do but put on the sunscreen or a sleeping pack if it's nighttime. Masks like this are also the ones that you're gonna want to use if you try to sheet mask on an airplane. Now, this is pretty popular, but I don't think that it's good to use just a watery essence mask on an airplane. Yeah, it's gonna temporarily protect you from that dry, recycled air, but it's probably not gonna last long enough to really give you serious protection unless you're on a 30-minute flight. Something like a cream mask is meant to be worn for up to an hour, and even longer if you put on one of those silicone mask covers. Or the way of the future, my friends. Yeah, that's right. In Korea, they actually have sheet masks with friggin' Vaseline. So you could literally use this as the occlusive step in your skincare routine. If I was gonna mask on a plane, it would be something like one of these, because not only are there water and humectants in this mask, but that Vaseline is gonna help trap that moisture in your skin by not letting it evaporate. You got the hydration and occlusive steps all in one. How freaking cool is that? One thing that can really help with inflammation in particular is to keep your sheet mask in the refrigerator before you use them. That way, when it hits your skin, it's just gonna cool everything down, and that will work to reduce redness and irritation. You combine that with a really soothing botanical like aloe or Centella asiatica or mugwort, and baby, you got a stew going. A stew of anti-inflammatory goodness, I guess. You can do something similar in the wintertime if what you really need is something warm. Now, I do not recommend trying to make a hot sheet mask. That's probably not a good idea, but what you can do is put the sheet mask in its packaging into a pot of warm water, generally not with the heat on though, but just let it warm up a little bit and it's gonna feel so nice on a cold night. It was 30 below here last night, so yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Oh, and by the way, I promise y'all that if I do get a giant face-eating zit, I will absolutely save it for you. I will wait till it's gotten big enough and come to a head, and then I will show you with a sheet mask the trick of inflating it with moisture so that you can just wipe it off with a cloth. Since I've been taking saw palmetto, I haven't had nearly as many giant face-eating zits, so I mean, I guess it's a good problem to have. If you want a sheet mask but you really are worried about the single-use plastic aspect of it, fear not. First in Japan and now in Korea, there are companies that make sheet masks that are not individually wrapped. What you get is a plastic box that is recyclable, and inside it could have 30 sheet masks all sitting in a big pool of essence, and you just pull them out one by one as you need them. That's probably the best way to sheet mask every day if you like doing that, and I certainly do. Lululemon is currently my favorite brand for that, but there's plenty of them out there. You don't have to have specific product loyalty to get these kind of results. But that way, every part of what you're buying can either be recycled or is biodegradable and will break down, so you don't have to worry about polluting. Also, if you like to sheet mask frequently, don't worry about buying really expensive stuff. Honestly, just that mix of water and humectants is gonna be enough to give you good results in 15 minutes or less. You don't need a sheet mask with exotic ingredients to make your skin look incredible, though it can certainly help with specific issues like acne or redness specifically. Now that you've learned how to get the absolute most out of a sheet mask, how to know which sheet masks are actually worth your time, well, I'm glad you asked, because very shortly I'm gonna be doing a big review of 30 different hydrating sheet masks, and with a big review comes a giveaway of the winning product. So stay tuned, y'all. There's more sheet mask goodness to come. Bye!